Dr. Michelle Foster here doing a late class tonight. I had patients late again, so I may be changing up days of the week for my classes depending on my patient load. But we're starting out with a mental health series, and this series is going to include various speakers along with myself in some of the classes to help with tools and techniques to help support you in an integrative medicine style with techniques and tools that will be powerful in your life that you can utilize integrative medicine, natural medicine, alternative medicine. So I'm a doctor of acupuncture Chinese medicine, and I work both at a hospital and in private practice in the California Del Mar area, and then at a local San Diego based hospital, both seeing inpatient and outpatients. So that's really great that we can provide service to the patients at the hospital and then also in a private practice setting. So I want to read a little something, a statement for mental health, but first I want you to ask, would you like to be more happy and connected and empowered in your life? I think we could all answer yes to that question. And I like this quote that this has here about mental health. Habits of thinking need not be forever. One of the most significant findings in psychology is that individuals can choose the way they think. And that's by Dr. Martin Seligman. He's a psychologist. And it's so important because our thoughts really do create our reality, our beliefs that we create. So we really want to be creating a up high vibration so we can bring that into our lives. Really, whatever we're showing up with, that's the vibration that we're going to attract into our lives. So tonight, our main focus is the primary essential oils that are going to help support mental health. There's 4 primary blends, and these blends I really like because they're kind of the foundation blends depending kind of on how you go throughout your life. You'll probably pick 1 or 2 that are going to be the main primary foundational blends. And then later in part 2, I'm going to be going through our emotional kit, which has many other blends, and then there's many other single oils that can be very specific depending on what you're dealing with that particular day. So you'd pick and choose those depending on what's going on that particular day. The ones that I'm going to go through tonight are ones, like I said, that are more foundational, things that you deal with kind of on a chronic long-term basis. And they can be used every day as well, along with the other ones. So I just kind of pick and choose. I get my favorites. You really want to get oils that you vibe with, that you enjoy smelling, not that you're adverse to, because that could create a stress response. So know that. And in Chinese medicine, we always look at body, mind, and spirit. They're all interconnected, communicating at a cellular level. So that's the beauty of essential oils, is that they're going to go to the cellular level. And your body is made of intelligent cells wired to restore your health. So the emotions are information carrying molecules that bind and react with the cell receptors, and they go into the cell, impacting the function and behavior. And emotions are processed through the body, and there's what's called the 3 brains, and those are the mind, the heart, and the gut. So we're going to go through those, and then I'll introduce the 4 primary blends at the end, and then share how you can get your oils at the end of the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments box if anybody's still up. Otherwise, just enjoy and watch the video when you can. So the 3 brains, science reveals there are complex neuroprocessing functions in the mind, heart, and gut. So the first one is the mind, which is the logic and the intellect. And this is the subconscious mind, which directs over 90% of behavior. I was pretty shocked when I read that. I was like, wow. So we really want to, clear out the mind and be really intentional on what's going on. Now, the heart is the intuition. The intuition, there are many neural pathways that run from the heart to the brain, more from the brain to the heart, believe it or not. So, that really heart connection, I love putting oils over my heart chakra to really increase my intuition and openness in life and getting clear messages. And then the third brain is the gut feeling, which we all talk about and know of. And 90% of the body's serotonin, which is related to mood, is involved in the mood management, is produced in the gut. So we really want to have a healthy gut functioning as our foundation, because that's going to help affect the moods. And that's why nutrition is so important. So the three brains communicate with each other, and they're like a feedback, and therefore influence our mind. And this is by a neuroscientist that stated this, Dr. Caroline Leaf. She broke this down. So instinctively we process through life's experience. So we have a life experience, we're processing it. We might have a thought, I'm feeling very stressed. And then the feelings are really chemicals that can either help or hurt us. So they really can be alerts. So then we're keyed in and kind of like a yellow or red flag alert. Or, if we tend to ignore, that could also hurt us. Or if we deal with emotions in a negative way, maybe such as numbing with drugs, alcohol, etc., then we're not really addressing what's truly coming into our body, mind, and spirit. And then this was also stated by Dr. Candace Pert, who's a neuroscientist, and she's also a pharmacologist. And after we have the life experience, the processing, I'm feeling stress, then we have a reaction. And with the reaction, we may be getting physical symptoms such as a head tension, headache tension. We may get like feeling kind of like a feeling of stuck or shortness of breath, maybe a sense of panic, conflicted feelings. We may have an unsettled stomach. So there's a disconnection that's taking place. So with the reaction, I'm always working for myself personally in my transformation with instead of reacting, I'm looking at a kind of an action or proaction, looking for a solution. So followed by the life experience, the processing, I'm feeling stressed, then the reaction, physical, mental, symptomology, then we get a belief, and then that belief might be saying, oh, I can't deal with this, or some sort of belief. And then that's when we create these negative beliefs, they show up and create a reality. So that's why with the reaction, we want to go proactive, and we want to be going straight to programming with solution-oriented type things. And that's when you can grab one of your bottles of oils for your emotions. So the oils are going to really help to create a shift in your vibrational frequency in the body, and really help to create a new thought processy and give you empowerment around whatever you're dealing with. So again, there's the three ways that I've talked about: aromatically, topically, and internally. But with these mood blends, I want to stress this because one of my friends got one of these mood blends, and he and his wife drank them, which I found out the next day because I didn't have a chance to go over it with him. That's why education's so important. But nonetheless, he drank it, he and his wife, they were okay. But these are only aromatically and topically. So some really great ways to use the mood blends, the primary mood blends. Smell is the fastest way to affect the mood. The aromatic molecules will have a direct access to the limbic system area, which is also known as the emotional seat of the brain. And it's going to help to instantly, within about 30 seconds, start to create that emotional shift. And that can be done with the diffuser. So I'll show you, this is one of my favorite diffusers that doTERRA has. And this is the pedal diffuser. So you can get this on the website, retail or wholesale. And I think even some of the kits, if you decide to get a kit, you can get the diffuser in there. And so that's a really great way, is having your diffusers going. And then you can even get the little mini ones that I have and have that going in your car if driving stresses you out. And then another way is just applying it to the bottoms of the feet or the spine to affect the cells, blood, and tissues throughout the body. Massaging it into specific localized areas as well. I love putting it on my wrist points and up on my brain stem and on my brain because these are helping our mental wellness, and we want to get that on the brain. You can also apply, now for topical, we can apply that right over the heart chakra, heart area, like I suggested earlier, inside the wrist, and even behind the fleshy parts, behind the ears. And then I even have my patients put them right on certain points of the ears, if they don't have their ear seeds on, that are specific for calming the mind, calming the spirit. And I can teach you that if we do an oil consult together. Applying on the back of the neck where the brainstem is, the forehead, you just want to make sure you're not getting it near the eyes. And then also, just an FYI, the essential oils do pass the blood-brain barrier, so that's pretty cool, very powerful. And you could also apply over the stomach area to support the stomach, calming the stomach, getting that serotonin adjusted well. And I think I had already mentioned on the bottoms of the feet is a very powerful place to put your oils that will go systemically very quickly throughout the body within minutes. So those will be your primary ways in doing the primary mood blends, or actually all the mood oils. So the essential oils promote emotional purification and anchor in healthy biochemistry. So they're really altering the biochemistry. One drop equals 40 million trillion molecules. These chemical compounds service every cell of the body in a matter of minutes. So the essential oils support cell receptors. They promote a healthy cell function, and they maintain the cell's natural state. And again, this is going to be dependent how effective they are on the grade of the oils that you use will determine its chemistry, potency, and efficacy. So that's why the doTERRA oils are the CPTG certified pure therapeutic grade oils. And they're very dynamic. They're going to help support the body physically and emotionally. So let's go ahead and I'll be going over more tips and tricks down the road on part 2 when we go into the emotional kit. But since we've still got a lot to cover, we've got 4 primary blends I'm going to go through today, and then we'll follow up with where we left off. So on the first blend that we're going to do, this is one that I actually have talked about before, and I like to do this right when I get up in the morning. I have a diffuser, like I have shared, in every room, and in my kitchen I usually have the Balance blend going. And the Balance blend is a wonderful blend for anxiety. It's a very grounding blend, so if you're feeling really ungrounded, kind of scattered, anxious, anxiety, This is going to be an anxiety where you're really feeling ungrounded. So the balance blend. Let me read what is in that blend. It's also known as the grounding blend. We have spruce, we have rosewood, blue tansy, and frankincense. And the systems that this helps is the nervous system and emotional balancing. So just some other primary uses that some I've mentioned, some I haven't. It's going to really help brain integration. It's going to help balance both physical and mental balance, which is really cool. It's also great for coma, confusion, convulsions, depression. I already mentioned anxiety. It's going to help energy. Also great for fear, grief, sorrow, and hyperactivity. That's where you're going to get that grounding effect. And also really great for mood swings. So this is one of my favorites, and I prescribe this one a lot to my anxiety patients. Now the next one that we're going to do is Citrus Bliss. Now I just ran out of this one because this is it's really hard to pick a favorite, but it's another favorite. And this one is so beautiful, the Citrus Bliss. It kind of smells like a crimsicle, if you know what that is, kind of that vanilla orangey flavor. And this is known as the Invigorating Blend, Citrus Bliss. And I have to order another one because I've used this all up with for myself and for my patients. So Citrus Bliss is a beautiful oil, and this one I like to prescribe if I have patients more with an anxiety depressive state, because the citrus oils are very uplifting. So if the patient is depressed, you're going to want to be uplifting them. And then also it's great for de-stressing and decreasing anxiety. So if you have an anxiety disorder where the patient is more, or you are the patient, where you're feeling more depressed, we're going to want to add in the Citrus Bliss as opposed, I mean, you could use the balance too. You could mix them together, but definitely want to get the Citrus Bliss going for the depressive anxiety folks. So let me read what oils are in this one. Wild orange, which is one of my favorites. That's actually the first oil I was introduced to by my friend at work with the doTERRA oils, and it was a love affair from there on. Wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, and bergamot, which is really great for agitation and depression. So this mood blend, let me just read some of the emotional components, what this can be useful for. Very calming, again, depression. It's also good for eating disorders, so that might be a good one to note for people that could be doing a lot of emotional eating right now with, all the things that people have had to deal with this year. People turn to addictions and disorders, and eating can be one of those. And then it's also can be considered a sedative, so it can help relieve that anxiety. And what's so great about using the oils is even though it's creating a sedative calming effect, you're able to go about your day and still fully function mentally, physically. You're not, oh, there's Princess Annabelle's here. Baby, you want to come over? Check out the Princess Annabelle series. I just put up her first video. But anyways, really great, safe ways to do natural medicine to support your health, and you can go about your day without taking a pill, pharmaceutical, and being drugged out, and really, not really helping you to function with your daily duties. So the next blend, this used to be a favorite of mine. I haven't used this one so much, but this one I really is my go-to. I prescribe for my patients that are grieving a loss of a loved one, a lot of sorrow, sadness, crying, and this is the Elevation Blend. Elevation is also known as the Joyful Blend, and this is going to be very uplifting. So this one's a great one for depression. So if you've got depressive patients, this is the one that you're going to want to prescribe or purchase yourself. You can go onto my website and get this on my website. So the Joyful Blend, let me read what is in that blend. Elevation, frankincense, sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. And these are all really expensive oils because they takes a lot of these flowers to harvest, to make a full bottle of the oil. These come in the 15 milliliter bottles, which is approximately 280 to 300 drops. And you typically only need 2 to 3 drops if you're putting it on topically. And you'd be doing that throughout the day. I usually prescribe a certain therapy for my patients. So that's why it's so important to get your oil consult when you get your oils as well. So you know how to do the appropriate dosing and taking of your oils. And let me read some of the facts for the Joyful Blend. Oh, you know what? I just read the Anti-Aging Blend. I am so sorry. So now you know what's in Immortelle, the Anti-Aging Blend, if anybody also wants to look young. Remember, body, mind, and spirit. So let me go back and describe the different oils that are in Elevation. We've got lavender, tangerine, elemi, lemon myrtle, melissa, lang lang, osmanthus, and sandalwood. Those are the oils that make up Elevation. So I'm glad I caught myself on that. And some of the great uses for the Joyful Blend actually are anxiety, energy, depression. This is really great if you've got chronic fatigue syndrome. I also use this a lot for myself back in the day, and if I'm having a crash with the chronic fatigue, and then also prescribing for patients with low energy. Also postpartum depression, stress, uplifting. It's also a great one for weight loss, and it's very stimulating. So really great, the Joyful Blend. Now our last one is the Serenity Blend. This one is going to be your blend that is pretty much your anti-anxiety calming blend, and it's also known as the resting blend. And that's because it's also really great if you suffer from insomnia. And I did the holiday video just recently. You can see that if you're in the Facebook Live group or Facebook business group, my private group. And you can also see the holiday guide, doTERRA's holiday guide for this year that's available in November and December. They're coming out with the Serenity Linen Mist Spray, which is lovely, and I cannot wait to order that. You can spray that on your pajamas, your linens, and then you can also use the blend with the Serenity Blend on your linens, bed sheets, pajamas, topically, diffuser, right by your bedside at bedtime. So the Serenity Blend, let me read what is in that blend, and then we'll go over some more specifics for the calming blend, also known as Serenity Blend. Lavender is in this blend, sweet marjoram, Roman chamomile, lang lang, sandalwood, and vanilla bean extract. And this one smells so good. And you can even just take your bottle and you don't even have to apply it. Like if you're going into a meeting and you're feeling really stressed or anxious, instead of taking an anti-anxiety pill, just take a whiff of your mood blend. And then you can also just take a couple drops, rub it in your hand, do a nice Inhale, rub it on the back where your brainstem is. And then, like I said, I like to put it on my wrist points. And then when you're in your meeting or wherever you may be and you're feeling stressed, you can just be getting a whiff of your medicine right there. And then again, you can always put it on the soles of the feet if you're concerned about other people smelling them. This blend is really great for ADD, ADHD. So consider this for the kiddos that are feeling like they're not able to focus. This is a really good one to start with. And then also addictions, anger, anxiety, calming, hyperactivity, insomnia, mental fatigue. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's a good reminder. Mood swings, sedative, sleep, stress, and tension. This is also another one that I prescribe for teeth grinding for my patients that have TMJ. You can rub this right here on the jawline to help prevent grinding at night. So, which can then also reduce the TMJ pain. Just a little side note there. So, really great relaxing blend to help feelings of excitement, stress, and just help to soothe you. So those are the 4 primary blends. Again, you're going to probably be called to 1 or 2 primary ones depending on where you're at in life and what you've dealt with. And then your day-to-day oils, you can add those in on top of your primary blends and as additions to support you. So this is the first start to your pharmaceutical for mental health. And I did put the details in the description box, how to get your oils. You can get them retail on my website. If you want to have your own wholesale account, like a Sam's Club or Costco member type membership account, it's only $35 for the year, $25 renewal every year. If you're going to make this a lifestyle, I recommend you doing that. And then if you get an enrollment kit, then you can also waive the membership fee coming in. So that's really great. So I can guide you on that. I just welcome you to bring natural medicine into your life as your lifestyle. And I'm going to say good night. I've chatted longer than I had expected, but I just pray that everybody's doing well. Stay safe. Take good care of yourself. I'll be back next week and we'll go over part 2 with the emotional kit. So take good care, everybody. Cheers.